Beautiful individuals of this earth, welcome to another episode of League Unlocked. My name is Eric. Thank you guys for being here, as always, blessing us with your presence and viewing honors. And we're continuing to go through some LPL action as more and more teams continue to make their season debut. But we already have some squads playing their second set of the day, or of the week, in day 3 already, which the LPL scheduling is absolutely insane. I don't want to know how they come up with them behind the scenes, what they are on any given day or week, because it's just an absolute mess. But one of the biggest and craziest changes, most surprising changes of the offseason was, of course, Kkoma leaving T1, the team he's been with in his entire existence as a coach, to come over to the LPL. We know it was probably a hefty paycheck that came his way, but he came to coach a Vici gaming squad that finished 2-13 and looked like pretty much the worst team, at best one of the worst teams in the entire league last year. Completely revamped roster. Obviously, there is not nearly the soul-crushing amount of pressure when you're the head coach of Vici Gaming compared to T1, where the expectations year in and year out are a world championship. The expectations for Vici are not finishing bottom 2, although some of these offseason moves have some people, myself included, kind of hyped that they could be fighting for a playoff spot. Their season kicks off against Bilibili Gaming, who more expectations and expect to be a playoff team coming into this year. Game 1, Fofo replacing Kuro in the mid lane. He gets the Kiana alongside Meteor's Elise. That mid-jungle duo going to be the key for this BLG squad. And early on, things looking pretty good for them as Chieftain and Forge extend way too hard to try and take down Meteor. The Ignite from Fofo. First blood in the mid lane to get things rolling, and then Meteor says, all right, now we'll run top lane with an absolutely disgusting cocoon that lands on Cube, and Kingen grabs that one on the Fiora to get a snowball champion, split push champion rolling, and then it's a 3-man goon squad. Everybody come on up to the top lane. That was a nasty propose from Kingen to block the Gragas ulti, get the kill onto Cube. This thing was getting out of hand. 18 minutes, pre-20, Rift Herald is knocking down an inhib, although Vici got an Ocean Dragon, so you could call it worth, but 2 inhibs now go down just after 20 minutes. This one looked like it was going to be a speed run for BLG, now 9-2 in kills, as you see in Senna ulti opening things up. The ulti in from Fofo takes down Chieftain pretty much immediately. That is a Fed and snowballing Kiana. And then Kingen flashing in with the grand entrance. He does go down, but everybody's hopping over the base gates now to clean up the rest of this fight. That is going to do it, you would think. It looked like they had plenty of time to close this game out, but they did not. In the end, Kingen starts split pushing. It's a desperation Baron from Vici. Now in a 4v5, not only does BLG get the Baron steal, Meteor gets it on the Elise, but they're also going to win the proceeding team fight. That is a loss in all regards for Vici. But check out Kingen here. Decides, should I end this game? Or should I BM a little bit and run around, wait for them to maybe clean up some more kills, let the minions do the dirty work, and get a TP at the end? China is the most fun region for that BM. And you know what? We'll call it personality. Nonetheless, BLG take game 1. We head into the second one, and Forge still has flash, but decides not to flash the Orianna ulti, and he dies for it, and then doesn't respect the vision. He dies yet again. This time he does flash, but still goes down. Back-to-back rough starts in the early game for Forge. A guy who performed so admirably in Rookie's absence last year for IG. But now we're in the bottom lane, and we've got Mordekaiser running amok in the back line is Cube. Trying to pop off, and look at all the low health bars on BLG. Kingen is eventually going to go down, but it's a 2-for-1 in favor of BLG. A few pickoffs got Vici back into this game a little bit, now 5-4 in kills. And then the Infernal Dragon steal from Jin Zhao on the ulti with Aphelios, which is actually a big one because it ends up being 3 Infernals to go the way of BLG. And then it's the Baron that Vici does grab, but then they are completely aced around which does not go so well. I mean, they got the objective, but everybody dies. It's a Baron for 2 kills. And then this is the big point in the game. Because you have BLG grab a Baron, but this is an Elder Dragon. This is 2020. This is Season 10. You need to know the changes to Elder Dragon to see how disgusting it is. And let's watch the execute here. Specifically, watch Fofo's Orianna in this fight. He's at 80% life. He takes a Jake's Shock Blast, and then the execute from the Elder Dragon kills him. He doesn't even expect to do anything, and from that one play, the Elder Dragon, Vici's able to push it down and tie this series at 1. That trade does not go well whatsoever for Bilibili. We go into Game 3, and it's Forge getting first blooded yet again, but the bad start, it goes from bad to worse. Then he's going to TP in to help his buddy Cube in the top lane, but all of a sudden, Fofo roamed as well. Forge respawns, TPs into the top lane, and dies again for an 0-2 start. Just terrible pre-10-minute gameplay from Forge in most of the games in this series. Now, around the Rift Herald, and it's an extended fight. Jin Zhao on the Misfortune. It's still early, but the ulti still does some nasty damage, and now everybody from Vici is just running. Jin Zhao flashes over. He's going to clean up both of these kills to grab himself a double, and the Misfortune is fully online. We didn't talk about Jin Zhao in the other games, but he looked great here. Here's Meteor on the Qiyana. Sick engage onto iBoy, who had the flash, but it did not matter. He popped the heal. It was too well played from the Qiyana, and with no Kai'Sa, no damage really for Vici, the rest of the fight just goes the way of BLG, as they do eventually clean it up. Cube flashes out, he survives, but 4 members go down for the squad on VG. And here is Bilibili again, just pushing these extended fights. And they were kind of discombobulated, a lot of them, for Vici. And then, of course, Bullet Time is an absolutely disgusting ability. A couple of flashes expended. 2 more kills go over to BLG. And then in Vici's own jungle, it's more replays of Vici running away from team fights and BLG just picking off the members one by one. Yes, you only have to run as fast as the slowest member in your group, but when you still lose 3 members, well, it just doesn't really matter. It would be more chase down, more kills. BLG avoid a minor disaster after they should have won Game 2. They do bounce back in that 3rd game to win their first series of 2020. Vici Gaming, no question, they look better than what we saw in 2019, but really this game probably shouldn't have gone to 3 games. Some underperformance, maybe you could say, from the VG squad, but a lot of the macro was definitely off, which is not something you're accustomed to seeing out of a Kkoma-led squad. But let's be real, this is week 1, game 1 for both of these squads. They're going to have plenty of time to figure out any of the kinks and issues to go throughout the season. But I will say Forge, someone who we had a decent amount of hype when he was announced as a starter. We saw what he was capable of on Invictus. Now, it helps when you have a star-studded roster around you. Not necessarily the case here on Vici, but they were simple mistakes that almost seemed like not fully thinking about how this would implicate the game, like the TP in the top lane. Where's Fofo going to be? He dies immediately. He got first blooded in 2 out of the 3, and in that first game, it was the 2v2 where Chieftain got first blooded. So a lot of early game mistakes out of Forge. And again, it's only 1 series. He's going to have time to get better and develop. And having Kkoma as your head coach, someone who, has helped develop the greatest mid laner of all time, only going to help him out. I will say, though, Fofo looked great in his debut in the LPL, the MVP of the LMS in 2019. We've seen countless LMS players perform at a high level here in China, and Fofo seems to be no exception. You should be moderately excited about BLG because Kingin, he had some bad Camille engages in that 2nd game, but for the most part, he performed pretty well, and he was on carries in a lot of these games, so you should be excited for this BLG roster. Absolutely a playoff team, and might even be able to make a deep top 4 run just like they did in 2019. Coming up after the break, it's already game number 2 for Invictus Gaming. We know their solo laners are incredible, but how good is this new bot lane actually going to be? Bet your bottom dollar that we have returned to League Unlocked. My name is Eric. Thanks again for hanging out, ripping through the LPL action. Still in week 1, but get used to there being 7 days of each week in the LPL. And a lot of teams have still not made their season debut, but Invictus Gaming doesn't care about that because they're already playing game number 2. Started their season with the big win against Fun Plus Phoenix in the rematch of the semifinals at Worlds. IG looked pretty darn good in that matchup. Yes, FPX had a lot of issues, didn't really play quite to the same level that we saw at Worlds or throughout all of 2019 in the LPL. But Invictus looked great with their question marks. Lian eventually came in Game 3. The bot lane, Puff and Southwind, looked rock solid, considering Jackie Love's probably consensus second best AD carry in all of the LPL. Puff isn't quite going to reach that level, but the bot lane duo as a whole, it's going to be an upgrade because Southwind is a large improvement over what they got out of Baolan throughout 2019. But they were going up against Dominus eSports, and GA is the big offseason acquisition for this squad. GA versus Rookie, always a fun matchup. And game 1 in this one, it was Lian getting the start right away. No Ning. Lian goes right in for that first matchup, and he got to play the Qiyana, which is what both junglers played in their first series against Fun Plus. Rookie gets an echo in this one. I was just praising the bottom lane, and they got first blooded 2v2, no jungler attention, but something you can bounce back from. Varus versus MF, totally meta champions, and here's Rookie on that echo, getting spoon-fed a kill early on. And that is a scary pick to be getting. Snowballing. We talked about the GA Rookie matchup. How's it going for you, GA, in that Rumble versus Echo matchup? It's not going very well as he ultis out and is still at 80% health for the clean solo kill. Got a whole lot of turrets after that one, and things were not looking good in the mid lane. The Shy was playing Kennen in this one, and watch. What? Just auto attack. Why didn't he auto attack? The J4. And Bless, why? He walks around and into auto attack range, but decides not to get Lian. He dies his own, doesn't get the kill. Now Lian's getting solo kills on Natural and the Aurelia in the top lane. It's becoming a bit of a disaster for DMO as everybody's running away. Rookie is, I didn't even know you could jump over that wall as Echo, by the way. But he jumps over, takes down the Nautilus. Meanwhile, the Shy is actually just ending the game in the top side. Hope that the Infernal Dragon was worth it because you're losing your entire base and you're also getting a few more kills over to Rookie as the Puff is popping off on the Varus, even though Rookie comes in to steal that kill. It was just chased down in that. Oh no. The recall into flashback over immediately from the Blast Cone. Lian is going to take down Kala. The game didn't end from there. It was just, it got a little bit more painful, unfortunately, for Dominus, as the Baron contest is there, but the Shy flies in on the Kennen, and he's not even going to go down after this. He cleans up absolutely everybody. 2-man Qiyana ulti from Lian as he cleans up the fight on the side. Rookie jumping all over the place. Everybody is just fleeing. It tries to be a Baron steal for Bless, but bless his heart, the big purple worm is already dead. 14-2 in kills. One single turret for Dominus in this matchup. And it was 23 minutes. Pretty one-sided stomp in the favor of IG to go up 1-0. Game 2, this time it's Rookie who mans the Rumble in the mid lane. The Shy gets Kennen again. Zhao Pang subs in for Bless. Lian still gets to go there. And this time the 1v1. LeBlanc versus Rumble. And Rookie just barely survives. Meanwhile, the top side, that was a 1v3 that the Shy got a trade kill in. Just the Shy things. Here's a beautiful equalizer from Rookie in the top lane. Doesn't amount to a kill, but you know this is about to be an old-fashioned brouhaha as the rest of DMO shows up, the Akali hanging out in her shroud, and finally Lian comes in on the Rex side. He does get the kill onto Gala, but he's going to get blown up immediately. It was a lot of back and forth fights like this early on. Now 4-2, still in favor of Dominus as the Dragon, the Cloud Drake, goes down, and it's Puff who grabs it. Zhao Pang, again, much like Bless, a little bit late with the steal. He's just going to die. Run away, Leona. It does not matter. He goes down, another kill over to IG. Now they're on the Baron, and the Shy, a 1-3-1 Kennen, flashes over, completely blows up Zhao Pang, who goes way too far forward without the rest of his team even there. There was still a TP coming in. He contests way too early. 3 kills go over to IG. Yes, they're going to grab the Baron, and yes, that's pretty much all they're going to need to close this game out. Just grab some more kills on the way out. It was closer than game 1, but still very much in control for IG throughout the entire match. Southwind and Puff, they got 2v2 killed in game 1. Okay, too bad, too bad. Aside from that, they were rock solid in both of these games. And Mark and Gala are a pretty formidable, at least solid, bottom lane in the LPL. But Puff and Southwind were absolutely fine. The Shy, he's a hilarious player to actually judge because, sure, he's 1-3-1, and then he makes a game-winning play to flash over his cannon in a 3-man ulti and secure the game. The biggest mismatch and biggest story for me was Lian destroyed both junglers in Bless and Zhao Pang, and the most hyped up matchup in this was Rookie versus GA, and Rookie annihilated GA in both matchups. It wasn't completely opposite, but he played the Rumble that GA struggled with in game 1, and he had some great equalizers in game 2. Across 2 losses, 1, 3, and 2 for GA. That is not the expectations you have for what we've seen be a world-class mid laner for so many years, but Rookie definitely had his number in this matchup. And I want to see a whole lot more Echo mid because, I mean, just Echo in general when he's not being played as a tank is such an exciting champion to watch because there's so much playmaking potential. You saw it in the solo kill that Rookie had. Give me more Assassins. Give me more Echoes in the mid lane because it looks like bot lane in Season 10 is a whole lot of Misfortune, Varus, Senna, and Aphelios, which new champions reign supreme in the bot side of the map.